Beyond the frozen tundra, beyond the deepest seas, lies the burning desert, full of many mysteries. Before I get into the details about these guys, I just wanted to quickly touch on the changes I mentioned in the Q&A video that I'm making to the Nooklings. The main one is that they are not all going to be from Midgard. Midgard is my fictional world in the book I am currently working on. Nooklings kind of originated there, but also kind of originated from the channel. They kind of happened at the same time. But yeah, I just thought all these different variations, they don't need to be in the books. But also I recently came up with a really cool idea for the story versions that's just going to differentiate them a bit more, and it's something I didn't particularly want in the art versions of them. But yeah, I'm really excited for both and excited to continue sharing these guys with you. Now this one I did have to do again because I'm just not happy with the face. I don't know what happened with the face. I thought if I lined it, it might help, but no, it really didn't. I did have mock-up sketches for these guys in my sketchbook, the one that Bones very kindly knocked over for me whilst I was working. Yeah, like I say, I just wasn't happy, so I had to start again. It was just way too off, and yeah, let's not go there. But it is time to start over. Smallest of the Nookling species, at only 2 inches in length, these desert dwellers prefer the depth of the sand for their burrows, where they escape the freezing temperatures of night. Occasionally you will find a colony in a cactus, but not very often. Above the sand, these Nooklings are agile, moving at speed so that the scorching sand does not burn their feet. Spikes help prevent predators from grabbing hold of them. I have to admit, I didn't get very far with the lore for these guys, but yeah, I just really love how they turned out, and for coloration, I just mostly went with lizards from our world. There's a couple that I did myself. We'll be getting to the colour in a second, but yeah, it was hard not to do the lizards, kind of like with the aquatics, it was hard not to all do fish. So this first one, because the desert Nooklings themselves are mostly based on horned lizards, I decided to use coloration of the horned lizards for this first one. Kind of happy with how this turned out. I think the one I do on the colour sheet is a little better, it's a little more defined with the different shades of brown, but you know, it's just sort of playing around with colour, and yeah, I didn't want it to be a single solid brown for this one. And yeah, he was a lot of fun, and this guy's name is Nevada, and I chose that because there's a couple of things that I used to watch where they are set in the Nevada desert, specifically Vegas, but you know, same sort of area, and yeah, I just kind of feel a weird attachment to it. And it's just, so one is, if you haven't seen the Honey Eye series, it was Honey I Blew Up the Kid, and the second was CSI. I love CSI. I think I've mentioned before, I love my crime dramas. They're just so fun. And this second one, he is based on a Komodo dragon, and I love Komodo dragons. They're probably my favourite lizard, and I ended up naming Toma. Toma means twin, and the reason being is that the Komodo people believe, let's see if I can remember this correctly, that the Komodo dragons share the same ancestor as them, something like that. And I just thought it was kind of a fun thing, and yeah, I think he's probably one of my favourites, if not my favourite. Certainly I think he's going to be the one that kind of represents the Desert Nooklings. I've decided that there'll be one of each type of Nookling that is kind of like the representative of that subspecies. It doesn't mean I won't draw the others, they're just sort of the main focus, as it were. But yeah, let's listen to some music whilst I mess around with the colours. Oh no, actually before we do that, I did have a little hiccup with the colour sheet, which I'm about to get to in a second. And that was, I made them way too small, and I tried to persevere with what I had, but yeah, if you see here, is just way too small trying to get the details in. And yes, this pencil is also way too small, and it gave me hand cramp, but you will see a little bit later that I do actually replace this pencil completely. Yeah, so let's just throw on some music and just watch the rest of the process. that's another subspecies of Nooklings all done. Like with the aquatics, they didn't go quite as according to plan, at least not in the beginning. So we started with this guy who, like I said, his face was just all wrong, and yeah, I just had to redo him, and I'm so glad that I did, because these guys turned out way better. Yeah, so that's it for this one. I have some other really good ideas for some Nooklings. I don't want to give too much away, but if you do have some other ideas for subspecies of Nooklings, just pop them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them, see if they're anything like the ones I've already got planned. Well, I say planned, they're already done, as I mentioned. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay uniquely you, and I'll catch you Nooklings next time.